Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Physical Media Format. And let me zoom back here. I found this little treasure at a thrift store just the other day. And it's the VHS version of Clerks, one of my favorite films of all time, from one of my favorite directors, Kevin Smith. This film, those who know the story about Kevin Smith, he made this little film in black and white and ran up his credit card bills, sold his comic book collection, and got his boss at a convenience store and video store to let him shoot a movie. Which my brother and I, kind of related to this guy because we made our own movies ourselves, mostly because of Kevin Smith. We rented them out in video stores, and Kevin Smith kind of him and Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, they kind of sparked, or I wouldn't say they sparked it, but they really threw fuel on the fire to two young men who really enjoyed filmmaking and the process of filmmaking and talking about films, and I do think that Clerks kind of helped the what you call the fanboy, the birth of the fanboy. I really say that Clerks is the birth of the fanboys, when you have two guys sitting around talking about Star Wars and just sitting around talking about pop culture in general. And this movie right here kind of, I think, was the birth of it. And I think Kevin Smith should be given more credit than the guy should be. The guy should be given a lot of credit the way fandom is nowadays, because I really feel that this is a important film in American cinema, and it actually got registered into the National Library of Congress as an important piece of filmmaking, and it's there, it's protected, and it will be protected forever. And I think it's worthy of that. It's a great film, and and I love the fact that a lot of these actors, they weren't professional actors. They were theater and stage actors. But you can tell that they gave a realism to their performance because they weren't seasoned actors. So and I think that helped them a lot. And of course, Clerks went on to spawn Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, Clerks 2, which is another great film. Of course, he just came out with Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which was a wonderful, just a fun film. And of course, when it comes to this universe of films, he's going to be doing Mallrats 2 and Clerks 3. So, I mean, it's just absolutely, I love Kevin Smith's film. And of course, he's made some other films that, Yoga Hosers and Tusk and Red State, Cop Out, and Zack and Mary Make a Porn. So check out all of his films. I mean, and Jersey Girl. They're all. I mean, he's got a great repertoire of films, and you should check it out. But anyway, enough of my mindless babble. Let's go ahead and take a look at this film. This VHS. As you can see right here, it was given a lot of praise. 2 thumbs up. Siskel and Ebert, who was the most important film critics at that time. My favorite show. I used to watch that show all the time on the weekends. Gave it a 2 thumbs up. Rolling Stone, screamingly funny, and New York Times, Newsday, or New York Newsday, gave it the tag of the funniest movie of the year. So, it's just, you can see, there's the cast right there. Sadly, this young lady passed away a couple years ago. A lot of people don't know that these two actually hooked up and got married, but sadly, they divorced sometime in 2000s or something like that. But it's one of those films that are just constantly is just going to be praised and loved forever. I would hope forever. Right there, you see Kevin Smith, and but it was just a a standard poster, but it's a important piece nonetheless. Of course, down here there's a little tagline that says, "Just because they serve you doesn't mean they like you," which is I kind of think it's true when it comes to any type of people that work in the industry. Of course, there's the old Miramax logo. Of course, Miramax, we won't go into when it comes to the history of Miramax, sadly, because of a jerk. But there's the title, the logo for Clerks right there, and there's a picture of Dante by Brian O'Connell. And then, of course, it's the same way here on the other side, too. At around this time, Disney owned Miramax. So, if I do any more VHSs and everything, you're going to see some similarities to, like, this and Disney films, because they were all owned under the Disney banner. Of course, you can see the old View Askew logo, production logo right there. And there's all the credits right there. And, of course, The Village Voice, one of the year's top 10 films. I said, this film got a lot of praise when it came out, for a film that cost literally almost nothing. And, of course, there's the back of it. You know, it comes with the synopsis, and there's a picture. Again, there's the same picture of Dante. And, you know, there's Walt, who you know from Comic Book Man, who runs the secret stash. And, of course, there's a picture of Dante and his girlfriend. But, again, you know, this is, you know, it's, just, you know, for me, this is just, I remember when my brother, my brother Sean, you know, he got this film through the old Columbia House video club, and I mean, you'd send a penny, and then you get a number of films in the mail, and then you have to have a subscription. You go with the subscription. You have to buy one film at the regular club price. Sometimes they'd send it to you, and then you just ignore to pay. That's why they don't do them anymore, because everybody would get the free video or get the free VHSs or free CDs and stuff like that. When it comes to those CD and music clubs and movie clubs and stuff like that, you know, people just was ripping that poor company off left and right, and I'm guilty of doing that as well. But anyway, you know, my brother, he got it, and he watched, and he brought it up to me. He says, "Dude, you got to watch this movie. This movie's funny as hell." And, you know, I was a little hesitant. You know, I wasn't always big on independent films. I was just watching my own, you know, typical blockbuster films, or, you know. But again, I sat down and I watched it and laughed my ass off, especially Mallrats. Mallrats sealed the deal when it came to Kevin Smith films. I was always going to be anticipating a Kevin Smith film from there on, and he always, you know, I always think that he makes great films. You know, he takes chances, and as a matter of fact, he's got another film that's coming out here pretty soon. The name right now is eluding me right now, but it's another little horror film that he made. Anyway, you know, this movie was just, you know, it's important because, you know, it's one of those films that my brother and I got inspired to want to make our own films. Take her off, and then again, you know, around this time, you know, Miramax, you know, again, they weren't using stickers themselves, and they just had it, you know, stamped right there on the front of the VHS. There's all the traditional FBI warnings and stuff like that, and there's the you know, usual identification things that, you know, they would do for, I guess, for inventory purposes. But again, you know, I saw this and I just had to have it. You know, never owned it on VHS. Always had it on DVD. And you know, when I saw it there, the first thing I popped in my head was my brother, who next year will make 10 years that my brother's been gone. But you know, I always watch these films, and I always feel like, you know, his spirit's with me when I sit there and watch it. And every time, you know, something new, you know, Kevin Smith does, you know, it's I always feel like he's there, a piece of me's there. So I'm always thankful when it comes to Kevin Smith when he makes a film, because it's that and Quentin Tarantino's films, you know, they're always something that my brother and I were always just such fans to, and you know, and it's one of the few things that he and I ever really got along about, you know how it is when it comes to brothers. But anyway, folks, again, I want to thank you for taking the time out to hear me babble about this movie and this VHS, this lucky little find that I found a few days ago. So again, support this channel by, you know, hitting that thumbs up. That's very important. You know, that gets us out there in those recommendations, and you know, really helps boost the numbers and everything. So I hope you all, you know, do that, and check out the notification bell that's up around somewhere around there. And also check, subscribe to this channel. This is that'd be very important. To please subscribe to this channel. I don't do this for any cash or anything like that. I don't make any money off this channel at all. This is a wonderful little hobby, but I always want to try to get the push out there for for when it comes to the channel and everything. I like talking movies. I like to talk about old movies and reading movies in general and everything, and I like to talk to people who like to talk about movies as well. Also check out this playlist. And there's plenty of wonderful videos that I've done here on physical media format. I love doing this show since there's not really been movies coming out or anything like that, and I just decided to start up the show and talk about VHS and old school formats of viewing pleasure that we did back in the day of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. So again, folks, thanks again for watching. Hit that thumbs up, notification bell, check out this playlist, and subscribe to this channel, folks. And whatever movie memories that you have, like when it comes to that loved one that's no longer around, share your comments down below and everything. What's your memories about watching Clerks for the first time, or anything when it comes to back in the day, folks. Share your memories. It's always welcomed here on the comments down below, folks. Again, this has been physical media format here on the Movie Dawgs channel. Again, thanks for watching, and please keep watching, folks. Until then, bye.